You know when you play a game too much that it just becomes mundane, it becomes futile, that everything you do within the game seems meaningless. Well, DayZ for me has gotten to a point now where everything that I do is repetition. I spawn, I run to a city, I grab gear, I die, I then repeat it. That's my DayZ experience. That's what I do. And it takes 5 or 6 hours for each cycle to complete. And yet, it still sucks me in. It's still a game that somehow manages to engage me completely. It still manages to draw me into the game, to take over my time. It's caused me many, many days of missing college work, of going to my actual part-time job and just solidly thinking about what I want to do in DayZ. And now that the standalone is coming out, I don't have any reason to be playing DayZ. And it's kind of sad. It really is. The mod itself is fantastic. It's an absolutely amazing achievement what Rocket's done with DayZ. You know, he's managed to bring a community of 1.3 million unique players, 1.3 million unique players together in a 6-month period into a game that has no piracy. It has no capacity for piracy. It's incredible. I mean, the only other zombie game I ever played was Left 4 Dead. And then Dead Island, actually, come to think of it. So I played Left 4 Dead, the arcade style, run and gun, rape game. That's what it was. That's all you played. Sorry, that's all you did in the game when you played it, was just run around, shoot, kill. That was the aim of the game. And you picked up, was it bile and drugs, that kind of painkillers, that kind of crap. And it wasn't very fun. And Dead Island was possibly the worst zombie game I've ever played. The storyline was okay. The actual game itself and the mechanics of the game were dire. It was terrible how they planned it out. It was sorted so that when you leveled up, you gained strength. You had these points that you could spend on increasing your character's strength or agility, etc. But when you leveled up, so did the zombies. So when you became stronger, the zombies had more defenses. They became more resilient to your attacks. So basically, whatever you did, it was still taking the same amount of time to kill a zombie unless you had some sort of specialist weapon. So when DayZ came out, and it was a true survival, it was, heat, water, food, blood, it was everything. It was true, honest to God survival. It wasn't a case of how fast can you run away. It was how long can you live. It was how much can this game take over your real life. How much can this game dwell in your mind before you have to come back to it. And unfortunately, since the hackers and scripters have come into the game, it's been destroyed. It's gone from 1.3 million unique players in total to 84,000 active today. Now that's 6 months. In 6 months, it's gone from launch, from 0 players, to a community of about 2,000 Arma 2 players, to 1.3 million DayZ players, to 84,000. And now whether that's it's debatable whether that's due to the case of its hackers or scripters, or whether it's the game itself is repetitive. Now, only recently the new maps have come out, which I'm yet to even try. I'm yet to even attempt to play, because I know that once I know the layouts of these maps, it'll be the exact same experience. I won't enjoy the gameplay. I won't enjoy doing what I do in Cherno than I will in a different map. It's futile. And this is where I come with the standalone. The standalone is bringing concepts to the game that cannot be done in Arma 2. It's bringing things that cannot be achieved in Arma 2 and should hopefully improve the game to a point where it's actually playable. Now, Rocket from the Eurogamer Expo talk he gave, which is an hour long, which I will link in the description if I can find the video. He spoke about hackers and scripters and how he was very, very actively attempting to find ways to patch over the hacks and the scripts that were being injected. But unfortunately, Arma 2 itself, the base game of Arma 2, is very, very trusting. That trust has given us the DayZ mod. It's allowed us to play DayZ, but it also allows scripters to inject into DayZ, hack and destroy the game. Now, Private Hives came out, and it allowed people to play DayZ without the fear of having hackers, one button killing you and teleporting you across the map into a room, killing you, taking your stuff, and then doing the exact same again, nuking the server. That's what they were doing. But when you go on a Private Hive, it's usually people that you know. It's people that you don't want to kill because they're going to punch you in the face when you get back to school tomorrow. That's how I view a Private Hive. That's how I see DayZ right now. It's people that know each other. It's people that are very, very close or are friends, etc., that are playing DayZ together, not because they want to just play with each other, but because they have to, because they've become addicted to a game that's gone downhill so fast that it hasn't given them a chance to weed all the way off it. Now, I was never really addicted to DayZ. I was never really addicted to Arma 2. It was more a case of it was something brand new. I had to play this to kind of fill a void that had opened up in my life. I had a lot of spare time. Me and my girlfriend broke up, and my time itself was so unlimited that a game that took me so long to do anything was perfect. And DayZ seemed to fill that void. But repetition can only fill that for so long. It became a case of I cannot bear to walk around in the same circle, do the exact same activities, die at the same points to the same bullshit, and then restart to do the exact same again for 6 hours on end. It wasn't something that entertained me. It wasn't something that I enjoyed the thought of doing. So when it came down to it, I thought, right, I'm going to stop. I had to stop a YouTube series of DayZ. I had to stop playing it altogether. And I didn't want to. I didn't sit down and think, this game's actually terrible. It's not a bad game, but it's gotten to a point now where it's just unplayable. It's completely unplayable. Which brings me to DayZ, the MMO RPG kind of crap game that's coming out that I looked at when I was in the midst of my DayZ fanboy stage, and I looked at it thinking, okay, that looks like it could work. It looks like a Left 4 Dead plus DayZ kind of game. It looks a little bit more arcadey. Well, it is arcadey, and it's MMOs. It's massive multiplayer online, which is fair enough. It's a different game, but I think the problem I had originally was that it was based on DayZ. It was based on the premise that you survive whilst killing hordes of zombies, which is what DayZ isn't. DayZ isn't about running into a centre of a town, throwing a grenade, blowing up a building, and then wiping out a city of 200 zombies with an Uzi mag. That wasn't the idea of DayZ. DayZ is pure survival. But DayZ seems to fit into the mentality of fast-paced people. It seems to suit people that enjoy games like COD or Battlefield Close Quarters, for example. Games that are high action, high adrenaline, and are never ending. That seems to entertain the idea of that, which does actually suit my mentality. It does suit my preference of game. But I would never be able to get over the fact that it is DayZ but fast. And I can't help but hold the discrimination that it's more than likely going to get as boring as DayZ has done after a short period of time, and it's not even out in beta yet. The closed beta isn't even available yet. So I'm sitting here thinking, do I continue the series? Do I continue playing a game that I don't particularly enjoy for the enjoyment of other people on YouTube? Or do I not play it at all and disappoint people? That's my dilemma. That's the point in my time right now that I'm struggling to get over. It's something that I don't enjoy having to experience. It's not a fun period of my time, you know, sitting around attempting to, you know, think of a way to fix this. So what I've decided to do was purchase DayZ, which is 20 quid, so probably about $32 or $33, and I'm going to give that a shot. I'm going to really try and see if I can get into that game and produce some quality tutorials, some good videos, commentaries, etc. that I will not only enjoy putting out, but enjoy recording. It's something that I won't mind recording. I won't have to go, oh, I've got to record DayZ again. And I hope it doesn't come to that. I really do, because with DayZ, it got to a point where it was, for how long can I run around in the same circle and record the same stuff before people complain and unsubscribe, don't view the videos, don't actually enjoy the content that I'm putting the effort into recording. You know, a 20-minute render for a video for me, sorry, a 20-minute video to render for me is about an hour and a half. That's how long it takes me to render a 720p 20-minute video. The upload itself isn't a problem. I've got a good upload speed, but the render and the time playing and editing the video, etc., is very difficult. It takes a lot of effort, and if you're not enjoying it, it seems futile. So I'm going to wait 10 days until the DayZ beta comes out, and if I don't enjoy the beta of that, there will be no more DayZ for my channel. There will be no more Arma 2 style games, i.e. DayZ, DayZ, anything of the sort. Nothing more, unfortunately. And it's very sad to say this game has been there for me at times when other things weren't. As sad as that sounds, it was there for me when people weren't, and it's going to be sad to see it go if it comes down to it. So if you guys wouldn't mind leaving some feedback down below, I'm going to end this now and record some more videos. I'm going to try and get a load more content up on my channel, purely through motivation now. I've got the motivation, I've got the time, and I've got the energy to spend on YouTube. So if you guys wouldn't mind leaving some feedback, I'm not asking for likes, I'm not asking for comments, I'm asking for feedback. So thank you very much for watching. If you have made it this far, I do appreciate it, and I'll see you all guys in another time. Bye bye.